Okay, what is up, everybody? It is BallietBran. Right now we're just going live, so I'm going to get a couple of people in here and also just verify that on Dlive that everything is going fine, and that I also have access to the chat room. But in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about live streaming and different platforms you can use, specifically Dlive, to broadcast your content to, and pretty much talk about anything as long as you're not, violating their terms of service and things like that. So let me just get over to my my Dlive real quick, and then I'll answer any questions as they come along. And also, if the music in the background is too loud, please let me know. I'm still experimenting with different microphones. This is just the microphone on the Mac laptop. So hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to go for maybe an hour and 6 minutes, something like that. End at 4:20 Pacific time, because that is when Hexologist, his live stream will start. Okay. So what is Dlive? Dlive is a platform that you can watch YouTube videos on, Dlive is a platform that people usually use to live stream. And it's a platform that's, I'm pretty sure it's built on top of like the Tron blockchain. And the cool thing with Dlive, when you compare it to say like YouTube and some of these other platforms, is with Dlive you're instantly monetized. And with YouTube, you have to have like 1,000 subscribers and then something like 4,000 hours worth of your videos watched. So there's a huge threshold and huge barrier for the people that are starting on YouTube that are only broadcasting to YouTube. And so if you're a content creator, you are really limiting yourself if you are just broadcasting to YouTube. So that's pretty much the point here, is that if you haven't heard of Dlive, I suggest that you check it out. I'll show you kind of the website and how it works in just a couple of minutes here. So let me just go over to the chat box, and we'll see if there's anybody in the chat room yet. So without further ado, here's what we're going to do. We are going to share my screen, and I'm kind of going to show you what Dlive is, and we're going to talk about why I'm making this video. So, alright, let me share the screen. Great, and then let me get over to Dlive. Let's just do, well, this is, okay, so this is my channel right here, right? So this is Dlive. If you just go to the website dlive.tv, that'll, actually let's do that with you. So if we just go to dlive.tv, we've never heard of what the hell Dlive is, and you want to find out more about it. Just type in dlive.tv, and sometimes you'll have to mute, like there will be an autoplay on someone's stream, so you'll kind of have to mute that if you're not wanting to hear their content. But like I said, the way that it works is people that are live streaming, they're instantly monetized, and they're monetized through this right here, which is called lemons. And they're pretty much worth like a penny, I believe, maybe a little bit more than a penny. And users can tip each other in these tokens. Let's go back here. So users can tip each other, and live streamers, and support each other with the lemons and with the tokens. Now, let me go back. Let me stop sharing the screen for just a second. All right, now it's just me. So, a reason that I feel that YouTube content creators should start also broadcasting on Dlive is because not only the barrier to entry, right? You don't have to have 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours worth of videos watched, but also because when you do get monetized through YouTube and you get the super chats, they take about 50%, if not more. They take about 50% of what that actual chat was worth. So $100 super chat, you might get 50. Whereas Dlive, they take about 25% of the top, and you're just saving so much more money. Another thing that someone was mentioning to me just recently when it comes to Dlive and YouTube is YouTube, the way that they do the super chats, you do it through like a credit card, through, you know, your Visa, you know, anything like that, right? Which allows the opportunity for chargebacks. So say if someone gave you a $100 super chat and it was grandma's, you know, out of grandma's purse, and grandma calls the bank, well, now you might not have the amount that the super chat said you were going to have. As compared to cryptocurrency and Dlive, where it's blockchain based, pretty much, yeah, you're gonna get those lemons that other people were tipping you. There's pretty much no way of reversing it. So that's the difference kind of between you know, crypto and traditional stuff. So we got Flying Alex in the chat room. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we got a few other people as well too. So that's pretty much kind of what I wanted to go over. I'll go over just a little bit more. Let's see. This is another thing I wanted to talk about. So like I said, Dlive, you're instantly monetized, but there's other things in the platform that can be, you know, very valuable to yourself, right? So let's scroll up just a little bit. So there's different levels of partners. This is just on their website, as you can see. Look at the URL if you guys, you know, want to go and hear yourself. So with 200 followers, and as long as you've streamed twice, you can now start, let's see here, if we come down here, you can now start hosting other channels on Dlive, and you can also have, right here, paid subscription. So I think it's like 300 lemons. It's a set number of lemons that you use for like a monthly subscription, or you can do I think like 1 to 6 month subscription, and it's just another way for content creators to, you know, to monetize themselves. And if you're spending time and energy and whatnot creating value, then why not get the most amount of value in return for yourself instead of just giving half of it to YouTube, right? So you're already going to save 25% from just also streaming on Dlive instead of just YouTube, right? So let's go back to the chat real quick. So guys, also once I'm done doing this little spiel about Dlive, I also, if anybody has any questions regarding HEX, we can kind of answer that as well, and kind of go over some HEX things as well. We'll look at the chart and the price and stuff like that, and maybe 3 to 5 more minutes. So Real Spike, word up Hexers, hell yeah, man. You too, and Crypto Butler just followed. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the BallietBran Dlive channel. Okay, so let's go back to this. So pretty much there's a couple different levels. There's affiliate, verified partner, and then global partner. We can see, and sorry if I keep going up and down, but I don't know all the requirements. So yeah, verified partner, you need 1,000. Global partner, you need 3,000 followers. And you can see the minimum requirements right here. But pretty much Dlive, it's kind of like getting in on, like, you know how like HEX is to cryptocurrency, right? Where if you're using an analogy, it's almost like buying Bitcoin at like $1, right? That's kind of how like Dlive is, where it's a newer platform, and you're pretty much going to get, you know, a lot of value back in the community and through tips when you participate. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, guys, when it comes to just Dlive. I guess right now we can kind of just go over the HEX things and kind of go over some of that stuff as well. Last thing I'll say real quick here is yesterday, Gary, Funding Jim, on Twitter and on many other social medias, he had myself, he had RG3, and he had the Joker. He had him as well on a live stream, and we were also discussing Dlive. It was a very productive video, and I'll link that in the description as well. So let's see here. Yeah, so Crypto Butler, thanks again, man, for the follow and for the lemon. I really appreciate that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my little spiel about Dlive. If you haven't heard about it already, you should get on it and you should just explore. Because when it comes to YouTube, especially if you're a content creator, and say if you're in the HEX community, like look at what happened to Hexologist. YouTube, at their own mercy, they can ban you, they can remove you without any reason, provided. And if you're using that as like your sole, source of income, then you just put all your eggs in one basket, and now you don't have any eggs, So, Flying Alex, yeah, a lot less censorship on Dlive. That's the other thing too, is there's a lot less censorship and just kind of more freedom of speech. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Dlive. It's a really cool platform, and a lot of us in the crypto community and just in the HEX community in general have been posting our content to Dlive and just interacting with the community. And I gotta say, guys, it's a really cool platform, and the community on Dlive, it reminds me of the community in HEX. Like, the community in HEX is super welcoming. It's, we'll answer any questions that you have. As long as you're not just like completely trolling and trash talking, the project and being a troll, then we'll definitely help. So now I guess we can, that went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Now we can kind of cover some stuff about HEX. And like I said, I'm not going to be on here for too long because I don't want to cut into Hexologist. I don't want to cut into his show at all. But if anyone wants to learn a little bit more about what I was just talking about, myself and Gary, we just did a, Gary with Funding Gym, we just did a live stream regarding Dlive, and we covered a lot more in depth and content on his channel. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. Okay. So one thing, guys, we need to do in not only the crypto community, but just any sort of community, is you want to support people that are providing content, people that are a part of the community. You want to be supportive, right? So this is Gary, and this is his YouTube channel. He also has a Dlive channel, but for right now, I'm just kind of showing you the video on YouTube real quick. So yesterday, like I said, he did a video. He actually did a video just with Joker, kind of like an interview. And then the second video, he had myself, Joker, and then RG3 as well. So let's just see. Okay, let's see. So Gary and I just did that live stream. Maybe I'll just have to link that in the chat in just a few minutes. Once I'm done sharing the screen, I can kind of spend a little more time doing that. So anyways, guys, yeah, in HEX, we need to support the community. And if you see someone, even if you can't like watch the video, just do like a comment, and that'll at least boost the algorithms and help that person while they're creating the content. Okay, so yep, let's go to HEX. All right, so we're sharing the screen. Cool. Children of the Grave, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Once again, for anybody just watching and tuning in, right now we're just going to be covering a little bit of HEX. I mean, honestly, there's not really much to cover. It's kind of just doing what it always does. And if you don't know about HEX, here's a good time to kind of talk a little bit about it. So this is the HEX logo and the website for HEX. Let me show you. So the website is hex.com. It's great. You can't misspell it. And yeah, if you're new to crypto, this is where you want to start. It's just hex.com. So it does, I don't know if it actually autoplays, but it does have a video that talks about, right here in the title, why is HEX one of the fastest appreciating assets on Earth? Now that's a pretty interesting title. I mean, if I wasn't in crypto already and I stumbled upon hex.com and I had that opportunity to go to this website, I mean, that kind of piques your attention, right? If anybody has listened to Conrad Zen or Richard Hart or pretty much anybody that knows anything about investing, you know that cryptocurrencies, they are the highest appreciating asset class. You know, it just doesn't compare to any other asset class. And with what HEX, the cryptocurrency, with what that is, it's a certificate of deposit. And like I said, it's a cryptocurrency that's a certificate of deposit. So pretty much you just lock up, you know, say 1 HEX, you can lock up 100 HEX. You lock up any number of HEX, and you can lock it up for a maximum of 5,555 days, or you can lock it up for a minimum of 1 day. And in the chat, we got Harry 5555 Cuatro Cinco. Sometimes it's just easier to say like Cuatro Cinco, because or you got to count it on your fingers. Because anyways, he donated an ice cream. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome to I don't know, just my my Dlive chat, and thank you for tuning in. So yeah, guys, if you're new to HEX or if you're new to crypto, this is the website, hex.com. Okay. Like I said, it's a certificate of deposit, but instead of the traditional legacy banking system where you make like a certain amount, HEX, it just has so many more features than the traditional CD. Like if someone ends their, call it like a contract, like if someone ends their stake early, then the interest and penalties and whatnot that they didn't serve, that will go to the people that are staking that did actually serve their stakes and said they did what they said they were gonna do, So this is the HEX chart, guys. And I know I'm kind of going everywhere, but I guess this is how we're doing it. So this is the website, uniswap.hex.vision, for kind of just looking at the HEX chart. So HEX has been around for less than a year, and it's already, let's see, if we go to nomics.com, it's already like the top 30 cryptocurrency. So we're just going to go to nomics.com real quick, guys. And for anyone in the chat, I do have a little bit of background music going, some copyright-free background music. If you could let me know if it's too loud or if it's too quiet, that'd be cool. Because like I said, I'm experimenting with a different microphone, not wearing my headphones, since it's just me streaming. So Bitcoin, number 1, great. But HEX is, like I said, in less than 1 year of being out. Okay, so it's ranked 30 right now. So HEX is top 30 market cap. And pretty much, in my opinion, if history repeats itself, it's going to continue climbing up the market cap chain. And it's great because the actual contract code, let me go back to myself real quick here. Okay. So the actual contract code, guys, is complete. In a lot of other cryptocurrencies, even with Bitcoin, right? With Bitcoin, there's always this talk about, oh, you got, what is it, like Lightning Network, you got XYZ, like, improvement that people want, that, they're speculating is going to be implemented in Bitcoin. But with HEX, we really don't have any of that. HEX is complete, it does what it says it's going to do, and HEX doesn't offer you any promises. So what I was trying to say was the contract code was complete, and it's been audited 3 times, compared to pretty much 99% of these other cryptocurrencies. None of those other cryptocurrencies really have the features and the security that HEX has. So Richard Hart, he is the founder of HEX, and he's kind of explained Bitcoin many times because he's a Bitcoin OG. He's been explaining that with Bitcoin, since the code isn't all the way complete, there's possible exploitations that can happen and that have happened in the past. And some of these exploitations have included like a lot of inflation, like pretty much just money printer, a Bitcoin printer, and long story short, if you have that in a currency that's supposed to be like, decentralized and stable, then it's not good for what you're trying to brand yourself as. So HEX is complete, guys. You don't have to worry about there being like some security flaw or security bug in HEX when it comes to HEX. So everyone in the chat, thank you for joining and participating. I guess we can go back to the screen real quick here and just cover a little bit of stuff. Let's see here. So this gentleman, everyone's favorite cult leader, Richard Hart. This guy is the gentleman that he's the person behind HEX. He's the guy that created HEX, and pretty much if you want to find out more about what HEX is, like I said, you can go to hex.com, but you can also go to Twitter/RichardHartWin, and you can see his YouTube channel. And he's got a couple different YouTube channels. One of them is more focused on like health related things and kind of future science, technology, and stuff like that. And the other one was more crypto based. So anyways, this is Richard Hart. He's the gentleman behind the project. And I just want to say, if you happen to see this, thank you, man. Thank you for HEX. It's a really cool project. For anybody like myself or anyone else in the chat room and community that had been in HEX for a while, and even since the beginning, we know that HEX was delayed, many times. It was always, the ongoing joke was like, HEX was always like 2 weeks out. And it was that way for, many, many months. And I commend and applaud Richard for being patient and doing the stuff that he did, because instead of just releasing the cryptocurrency project kind of half-baked, he had to consider a lot of game theory and future things in regards to this cryptocurrency that could affect it. So HEX itself is, like I said, it's less than a year old, and it's already like not even the new kid on the block, but I guess it is the new kid on the block. It's like the talk, and there's so much talk about HEX in the cryptocurrency community. And a lot of people that hear about HEX for the first time, they'll hear that, oh, HEX is a scam, or HEX is XYZ, right? And a lot of that, crap talking and whatnot is from people. Okay, cool. A lot of that crap talking is from people that are gatekeeping HEX intentionally, because maybe they're invested in another project, or maybe they're scared that if they do talk about HEX, the project is going to get more advertisement, and that it's going to, get more viewers instead of the crypto that they're holding the bag of. So we got HEX NAOG. Thank you very much for the lemon. That's the first time I'm seeing that name, so thanks, man, for following. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. And also, guys, I'll stop sharing the screen for a second. Since I already did the Dlive spiel, I didn't know how long that was going to be. But since I'm done with that, if anyone has any questions, watching right now on YouTube or any other channel. Okay, let's see. Unhexable, he says, "What's up, bro? Thank you very much." Unhexable, thank you very much for joining on YouTube. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll kind of just go over my opinion and what I think goes there. So yeah, if you're not in cryptocurrency is one of the highest appreciating asset classes, and if you want guaranteed interest in something that you don't really have to worry about security flaws per se, it's already complete and it's been audited by other people 3 different times, then you should look at hex.com. So Flying Alex, he says, let's see here. He says, HEX provides amazing opportunity and high interest But because of the gatekeepers, a lot of people don't see the opportunity. I completely agree, man. And end up falling for brand new decentralized finance pumps, which are not safe and not audited. You couldn't be more correct, my friend. You couldn't be more correct. And Unhexable, I see your comment as well. I'll get to that in just a minute. So yeah, let's I guess just kind of talk about what Flying Alex said. So yeah, HEX does have a lot of gatekeepers, and a lot of people that are in the cryptocurrency space. A lot of them, they just go to like YouTube. They go to YouTube and they'll type in like cryptocurrency recommendation, and there's all these different shill channels that just recommend, altcoins and cryptocurrencies. And a lot of them are cryptocurrencies that might not have the best fundamentals, they might not have the best security, especially when we're comparing those cryptocurrencies to HEX. Nothing compares. Even Bitcoin, Richard has said that HEX is way more secure than Bitcoin. And if I'm going to put my money in something, especially if you have a decent amount of money, which a lot of us HEX OGs have seen, the price go up, then I don't want that money to accidentally get, inflated away or hacked away, somehow. You want that money to be secure, right? So I agree, Flying Alex. A lot of people, it kind of sucks, you hear like one opinion, oh, that thing's a scam, or that thing's a Ponzi scheme, right? That's all it takes for someone's brain that was initially interested to shut off and just immediately disengage, right? When in reality, the slander of calling HEX a scam is just that, it's a lie. And in reality, the person that may have dismissed it because someone else said it was a scam, they just missed out on an opportunity of a fucking lifetime, and they missed out on an opportunity to, multiply their value and their net worth by a lot. So HEX, the way that it works is compounding interest. And if anybody has heard like the grain of rice or like the penny, it's like, what is the scenario? It's like, would you rather have like $100 today? This is just like as an example for compounding interest. Or would you rather have like a penny that multiplies, for the rest of your life, or whatever it is, a year, 2 years, whatever the time horizon is. The long story short is the latter, the one that is compounding, it multiplies to end up being way more than the initial, than the other option, than the $100, right? So yeah, HEX works as a CD, and it's compounding interest, and it's pretty good stuff. So let's see. Let's engage with the community. Unhexable, thank you very much for following, my friend. He says, what's your preferred way to stake? Like, what's your bare minimum time? What's your bare minimum time and HEX? Good question. So, nice. And we got a champion. That's it, we got another guy in the chat room, John Dick, that I've never seen before. So welcome, man. Welcome, John. So as far as staking goes, like I said, in HEX you can have one stake, you can have 10,000 stakes, and you can do it for 1 day, and you can do it up to 5,555 days. And I've been in HEX since day one, and have staked on day one. And long story short, I've got I don't even know why, in hindsight, I don't even know why those stakes I created, I did on Big Payday, but some stakes I have ending on Big Payday, which is November 19th. But in hindsight, this is on my main wallet, I'm probably tomorrow gonna emergency end stake those and push them out, maybe push out that principal to maybe 1 to 3 years and spread it out. Let's see here. Brizology, 1 diamond. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you very much. He says, keep spreading the good word, Bran. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And, the community is pretty much what makes this interesting, Hexologist inspired RG3 to create Discourse Syndicate, and then RG3 with Discourse Syndicate inspired myself to reveal my face in crypto, and that's saying a lot when it comes to crypto, guys, because if anybody knows anything about cryptocurrency, a lot of people, especially in these shady-ass projects, let's do this. A lot of people in these projects, they don't show their faces, and then they're just shilling nonstop. And what it's doing is it's not giving them any accountability for their actions, you know? So at the end of the day, HEX has a really good community, and a lot of us, myself included, have kind of jumped out of the shadows or even alternative accounts and have actually, you know, put our names out there. So there was this huge, you know, HEX has had so much FUD and just so much press in general, whether it was good or bad. But HEX has had so many, like I said, FUD and arguments that one of them was, oh yeah, they're all bots. You know, they're all bots watching Hexologist, or even the people in the community. They're all bots, right? Because our Telegram has the HEX Telegram has 23,000 members, something like that, within a year, and in less than a year. And long story short, the gatekeepers, they'll make up any excuse so you, the interested person, doesn't get into HEX. And long story short, when it comes to Richard Hart and his YouTube channel and his experience and whatnot, he went from Bitcoin maximalist, and he even, I'm pretty sure this is how the story goes, is he recommended not buying Ethereum because he was the Bitcoin maximalist, and then he saw everyone that invested in Ethereum, you know, pretty much multiply their gains a lot more than the people that invested in Bitcoin. So long story short, with HEX, there's a lot of gatekeepers, and in general, you should learn to think for yourself and not let someone else's opinion turn you away from exploring that idea that you were interested in the first place. So let's get back to the question. The preferred way to stake. I've got over 300 stakes, and honestly, they're not in any scientific matter at all. Some of them I've got maybe the first 1 to 2 years after big payday, I've got maybe 35% of my total cryptocurrency, my total HEX bag is within the 1 to 2 years, and then pretty much the rest of it, and I got about 99% of it staked. The rest of it is pretty much spread out between 1 to 15 years, or sorry, the 2 to 15 years. So I can show you guys my stakes as well, and it's just it's an alternative account, so it's not my main, so I don't really have to worry about exposing myself too much. So let's just do that now real quick. Let me share my screen. So yeah, that's his question. We'll answer your question. I mean, I can just show you some of my stakes, and like I said, they're not really in a scientific matter, but before I do, you can do what's called a staking ladder. So say if you had 1,000,000 HEX, you can divide up your 1,000,000 HEX between 5 years, and you could do a stake ending each month. You could do a stake ending every quarter, every 3 months. It's pretty much up to you on when you want your stake to end. And if anybody knows RG3, Discourse Syndicate, he's also on Dlive under dlive.tv/discourse_syndicate. He has talked about his experience with staking, and he'll do his stakes for him and his wife's anniversary, for a sibling's birthday or a daughter's birthday, special events, right? And I think that's really cool. It's a cool concept too, that you can, for my girlfriend and myself, our anniversary, I wouldn't want my stake to end on the day of, because it takes a little bit of time, to convert back into US dollars. So maybe I'll do my stake a week before the anniversary, right? So you have enough time to actually have that cash to spend. So let's share the screen real quick. and we're just going to show you, this is the secondary wallet, and once again, definitely not the main. So yeah, we're going to go over the go.hex.com staking. And what you'll need first is MetaMask, which is just a browser extension, and it interacts with the smart contract and with the hex.com website. So let's do that now. Okay, so I'm just going to show, so I don't think you guys can see me. I think you guys just see the screen, right? We're going to go over to the stakes. Okay, so when you go to hex.com, you need to go to go.hex.com to actually, and we can just do that now. Go to go.hex.com once you've installed MetaMask, and we'll walk you through what that does. Okay. Alright, so we got a few different tabs. Go.hex.com is where you can transform. You can transform your Ethereum into HEX. So here's what we can see right now. This is the transform tab. Let's see. So right now, I mean, I'm kind of just like presenting like what's on the screen, but for people that don't know, it's kind of important to know. So we're going to address information that's pretty basic. But for everyone that's watching, thank you. So let's see. We're on day 272 out of 351. And we can see that if you put in 1 Ethereum, we can see that right now you'd be getting about 105,000 hex. Now we still have 1 hour and 10 minutes before this actual day ticks over and goes over to the next day. So this number might actually be a little bit smaller. It might be a little bit closer to this 94 by the time this 1 hour and 9 minutes ends, right? So long story short, you would just hit the enter button, and the MetaMask application, you would enter Ethereum into this adoption amplifier here. And once that day ticks over, you can hit end stake, or you can hit claim or exit. I don't know what the actual name says, but you hit claim or exit, and then from there, where you go is right here at the staking button. So this is the staking tab, and for anybody that is in cryptocurrency or in HEX, the reason that you want to be in HEX is because it's going to go up, and because it's got a staking function that pretty much provides guaranteed interest. So the longer you stake, the better, right? And we can see right here, this is like a calculator. Bigger pays better as well. So I'm going to answer this guy's question, you know, one of these days, but I want to explain some things first. So just as an example, let's say we're staking 10,000 hex, and I can show you how much that is worth by going to nomics.com, and they've got a little calculator at the bottom, because honestly I don't even know how much this is worth, but we're just going to show you what the staking looks like compared to just holding it liquid. And you can see that I have some of it liquid. That's fine, right? I think everyone should have, you know, you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. Like if you have an emergency or you need to do something that was unexpected, you shouldn't have to end your stake and then wreck yourself, right? So 10,000 hex, it's about 30 bucks. And if we don't do anything with it, then a year from now, great. You know, the value has probably gone up. But we haven't gained any more hex. So if we plug in the staking function, we do 10,000 hex for say 1 year, we can see that we're going to have 2,000 hex on top of the 10,000, and then we're also going to have what's called the big payday bonus. And what that is it's a once in a lifetime opportunity in the HEX cryptocurrency. where on November 19th, if you're staked, I believe it's through that day, on November 19th, if you're staked, you're going to get a large amount of inflation, which is what we can see even in this example. Right now you'd be getting about, 2 times the amount that you put in, and you're going to be getting that just for waiting 1 year, So this is the stakes. I mean, like I said, it's not really in any scientific matter. I mean, everyone does things a little bit differently, right? So if we go to, this is the other cool thing, you can, there's different functions right here. You can organize it by your principal. As you can see, I did some, 5,000 hex stakes just to, I don't know, try out ladders, and then we have some that are, say, 10,000 and 20,000, and on and on, right? And at the very bottom, it just tells you the total. So right now we've staked 1.173 million on this wallet, and we can see for the return the amount of hex that I'm going to get. And this number probably will go down a little bit because other people are going to get into it, but right now 2.676 million hex is what I'll receive on top of the principal. And let me actually just go back into StreamYard because I do want my face to be on here as well. Oh shit, dude. Okay, we got a lot of comments. Okay, so don't dock yourself, Bran. Already done. My face is here, the name's here, the second wallet's there. Big deal, If someone wants to do with it what they please, go ahead, have fun. YouTube, Dlive, any others? Alan says yes. We got, let's see, Periscope. Right now we're live on Twitch, and I think that's it for right now. So Alan, let's see here. Thank you very much. This guy Alan, he's always in the HEX community as well, and you should follow him as well. So what different social media platforms am I on? So actually, towards the bottom of this banner, you should be seeing this. Let's see, we got Dlive, we have YouTube, we have Twitter. I have 2 different Twitter accounts. And then I'll post more stuff there as well, the Twitch and whatnot. Let's see here. So, unhexable. Yeah, let's see. What's your minimum time? To answer your question, just a short answer to your question, I've got stakes ending on Big Payday, and I've got stakes that are Cuatro Cinco. Large stakes that are Cuatro Cinco, and just a whole myriad of stakes between them. So, you can also, let's see here, you can do it by progress. We can see some of these are over 50%, great. And then we can also see that some of these stakes are, Cuatro Cinco, and that are out a little bit further. So the reason in HEX that you should be staking is not only if I did this, for example, would you be getting big payday bonus, would you be getting the 2,000 hex, but you're also going to be getting interest, which we can see right here. So we can see that the highest amount of interest that I've earned on this wallet is 2,245 hex. That's great, because that's pretty much people that started a stake, that didn't do what they said they were going to do, and they hit the end stake button right here. And just so you know, I'm not going to do this. I've never done it, but I'll probably do it tomorrow, just on my main wallet, so I can spread out between 1 to 2 years, and instead I can spread that out between 3 to 8 years, something like that. But anyways, you earn interest because people, they got weak hands and they're hitting end stake, or they're doing what I'm doing and what other people are doing, where they realize that you're a little bit overweighted towards the big payday or towards the first year, things like that, and I want to lock in, we want to lock in a better share rate and just amount of time that the stake actually serves. So definitely not going to hit that button, but tomorrow I might, and reconsolidate. So you might see me on the HEX.live penalties and whatnot. So yeah, guys, we can see the current value, you can see the interest, you can see the big payday, and then the actual shares as well. And then the concept, real quick, the concept is when you hold, okay, let's see, how do I explain this? When you start staking, this goes from HEX, 10,000 HEX, and it goes over, converts into shares. And the way that it works is each day, the share price, pretty much it's going to cost you more HEX to get the same amount of shares the longer you wait type deal. And so it's just the power of compounding interest in mathematics, I guess. But the long story short is the name of the game is you want a good share rate, and you want that for ideally a decent amount of time so you can accrue interest and things like this. So yeah, to answer your question, here's some of my stakes. Feel free to look at them. You can do it any way you want. Let's go back to the chats. Let's see, we're actually gonna go. Okay, Into the Fire. Thank you, my friend. This guy, he's always in the community, which I really appreciate. And let's actually go to my main. So yeah, Into the Fire. He's always on the Hexologist live stream, and he was on the stream with myself and Gary and Joker and RG3 the other day. So to anybody in the community, thank you for doing what you do. And also, it's important that, we support each other. I mentioned this in Gary's video with my live stream with him, that even if I can't attend someone's video, sometimes I'll just throw a lemon or two, or I'll just comment and say, hey man, keep up the good work. Things like that. That gives people encouragement to, exactly. That gives people the encouragement to continue, right? So he says the same thing. Hey Brian, keep up the good work, my friend. So yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, my, actually you can see it on the banner. I've got a couple different Twitters. We've got BallietBran, and then we've got we have SIXIN Brian. So two different accounts on Twitter, and I pretty much mirror all of my tweets and whatnot on both of them. So thanks guys for the comments on the chat room. All right, let's go back to let's see, Anderson Bradley McGregor. Brand's awesome. Show the leagues. Oh, okay, exactly. All right, let's do this. What I haven't done yet is this wallet is a lot smaller than the main wallet, and I need to combine, the shares and value and whatnot from the main and from this wallet to see what league I'm actually in and whatnot. But this website, guys, hex.live. It's a website created by someone in the community. I think it was Firebun that created this website, but it's a metric website, and you can plug in your Ethereum address, or you can just connect via MetaMask, which is what I'm going to do right now. And it kind of gives you some interesting metrics. So yeah, like I said, on this wallet, average duration is 2 years, and honestly, I think on my other wallet, it's like 3 or 4 years, something like that. It's not where I would like it to be, and that's why, especially after reconsidering, information that I've heard with RG3 and Litecoin Moses, it's definitely something that I want to do now before big payday, and I want to end some of those bigger stakes that were within the first 1 to 2 years and just push them out a little bit. So yeah, this is where you link up your Ethereum address, and this is a dabbing dolphin. So the website does different leagues, 76 stakes, dude. This is nothing, man. Like I said, unfortunately, sometimes I'm kind of just sporadic. I'll just do something, and yeah, I've got a lot of stakes, man. I've got 76 on this one, and on another one we've got 300 stakes. So we're getting up there when it comes to the stakes. But that's the cool thing about Hex is, like I said, you can do as many stakes as you want. Let's see. So yeah, this is kind of just a league. By the percentage of shares you have is how it ranks you in the league. and we can see that I'm a dabbing dolphin. Great. So it tells you how many shares you have, and then I think if we scroll down, okay, right here. So yeah, if you scroll down on HEX.live, once you plug in your address, you'll see like when your stakes are ending right here on a calculator, or on a graph, I mean. So we can see there's a couple longer stakes, and then the first 1 to 2 years are very heavy on this wallet. And in hindsight, like I said, on this wallet, I'm just going to leave everything how it is. But on the main wallet, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to consolidate some of my stakes and try and get a better, not only a better share rate, but also stake it out for a longer time, because that's what the name of the game is, right? Let's go to Dlive. Well, maybe I'll just read it from my phone. Okay, so Into the Fire, he says, yeah, if I knew back then what I know now about stakes. Exactly. So I've gotten my brothers into HEX. And one of them, I got into cryptocurrency around 2017. And long story short, with HEX, he's kind of skeptical after seeing a lot of the other cryptocurrencies at the beginning of 2018 go down. He's skeptical of, and other people are like this too, but my brother specifically, it's always anecdotal is the best, skeptical of making that same mistake, right? Of, putting all your eggs in one basket. So himself, he wants to keep all of it liquid and kind of just, sell as it goes up. And, that's one way you can do it. But that's more of a trading and short-term mentality as opposed to having a more longer-term aspect, and as opposed to actually staking it and earning interest. Flying Alex, he's got a couple comments. Your ladder does look like it could be balanced for longer duration. Yeah, dude, exactly. And especially on the main, like this wallet was kind of like, okay, let's not have all my eggs in one basket on one hardware wallet. And then with this one, yeah, it could definitely use some consolidation. I completely agree. So yeah, let's go over some of these comments. But what I was going to say real quick about my brother is a lot of people in the cryptocurrency community, they have that trading and kind of like that aspect where like, oh yeah, it goes up, whatever your number is, it goes up this number and I'm just going to sell it all. But with HEX, you don't want to do that, because the way that it works is you get interest, and it's a CD. You get interest the longer you stake. Flying Alex says, only do emergency end stake for stakes that you plan to significantly increase in duration. I agree. Because not only do you lose interest, you also lose lower share rate. And that's exactly right. I mean, that's a really good comment. And honestly, yeah, when I look at the main wallet and I see even just like the amount of interest, and I know that I'm going to forego, pretty much all of that interest, it's kind of tough to hit that button, man. Like I've never done a emergency end stake yet, but on Friday's stream with, like I said, RG3 and with Litecoin Moses, they themselves, they realized that they were also heavily weighted within the first 1 to 2 years of HEX. And to Flying Alex's point, if you're going to emergency end stake, in my opinion, you should be doing it after, if you're going to do it at all, you should be doing it after your principal hits 50%, because then the actual penalty, it's not going to dip into your principal. It's just going to dip into the interest, and obviously you're not going to have that big payday. So long story short, yeah, if you end stake, do it after 50% principal, 50% time served, and then stake it out longer, because as he mentioned, with HEX you have a share rate and you have shares, and every single day that goes on, it's going to cost you more HEX to get the same amount of shares. And especially, guys, okay, let's go back to just myself, since we're just since we're just doing this. Especially, guys, since fuck, dude, I just forgot my point. Let's see here. Let's just go over here. Oh yeah, just especially if you're gonna end your stake, you want to make up for that in the future by having, you know, a larger portion of shares or going for a larger amount of time. Because either way, you're gonna lose, you know, the gains that you would have had if you didn't do that. Let's go to some comments. Anderson, Bradley, McGregor, showed the leagues, did that. Brand's a whale. Yeah. Unhexable, I don't call him BallietBran for nothing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is what it is, you know, and like I said, when it comes to my brothers, I got one of them into it by just giving him some HEX. He hadn't got into crypto before, and he was interested in my gains. And I told him, like, dude, let me help you set up MetaMask. Let me show you the go.hex.com website, and let me give you, you know, $20, $30 worth of Ethereum so you can get into this. And now, you know, that's all he's put in was the money that I gave him. But at least now he understands how it works. Because guys, a lot of crypto and just things in general, it's great in theory, but it's so much more different in practice. Like, it's so much easier for me to, or even Hexologist on his show, he's got a separate wallet. This is a separate wallet too. It's just, anyways, it's so much easier to show someone when you're actually leading by example and actually doing it, as opposed to just talking about it. So that's the HEX stakes. Let's see here. So we also got some comments on Dlive, which we can go to right here. Let's see here. On the plus side, Alex says this, Flying Alex says, on the plus side, your share of big payday will increase if you significantly extend the duration. And that was the point that I was trying to make, RG3 and Litecoin. I think RG3 said he did like 2.3x, like the amount of interest or something that he was going to receive at the end of it was like 2.3x more by just staking a lot longer and spreading out those stakes. So if you're going to do it, you should look into what you're doing, and you should stake out for longer so you don't end up losing. Let's see, Terry B. Hex, thanks for coming in. I don't think I've seen you yet, so thank you very much. Let's see, but the big payday bonus does not pay interest on the bonus HEX. Yeah, exactly. If you stake until after big payday and restake, longer time will pay more overall. Exactly, yeah. If you're going to restake, then do it for a longer time. And if you're going to restake, do it before the big payday. Definitely do it before the big payday. So, yeah, I mean, we can go over any other comments. I think that's everything for right now. So guys, in 9 minutes, Hexologist, our second favorite cult leader, he will, let's stop sharing the screen. Let's just do this for now. So yeah, the second favorite cult leader, he will be on live stream. We're gonna go over to him. So this guy, Richard, he's our first favorite cult leader, at least mine. And then Hexologist. I also need to get the, whoops, sorry guys, I'm not sharing the screen. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me go back to sharing the screen for just a second here. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, here we go. Hexologist, here's where you can find him. Hex.doctor. If you click this link, you're going to get 10% more on your referrals. So support a brother out, help out Hex Doctor, and yeah, earn more Hex if you click his link before doing the adoption amplifier. So yeah, this guy, he's on dlive.tv/hexologist, and I think his grandma is also posting some clips on YouTube as well. Let's see if we can get to that real quick here. So I believe this is his grandma's channel, Hexologist Clips. So yeah, his grandma was kind enough to, edit some videos and post on YouTube. So if you want to support, there's 813 subscribers, 99 videos, and you can see that we're on YouTube, right? So on Dlive, it's dlive.tv/hexologist right there. And we're gonna go to that right now. So yeah, like I said, in about 7 minutes, 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when the actual the stream starts. But he's got a really long intro. I think it's like 15 minutes, something like that. So yeah, this is a replay of one of his videos, I'm guessing from yesterday. But anyways, yeah, go support Hexologist. He's going to be live in about 7 minutes, and then once he's live, it's going to be about 15 minutes before the intro's done and before he starts producing the content. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let's see here. Let's see, any more comments? Oh, let's whoops. Let's go over his point. On the plus side, your share of big payday will increase if you significantly extend the duration. That is not correct. Your big payday bonus will be reflected in share price increase. Okay, yeah. So staking for big payday bonus and restaking at. Yeah, okay. I think I understand what's going on. I think it's in response to Terry. Long story short, if you're going to end stake and if you're going to restake any amount of HEX that you're eventually going to end stake, do it before big payday. Because on big payday, we're going to have the equivalent of over like 2 Bitcoin halvings and then some. So the actual, you know how I said like when you stake, the HEX goes from HEX to a share, and then every single day it costs more HEX to get that amount of shares? Well, on big payday, there's just going to be a huge slash, and it's pretty much if you try and end your stake and then restake it after big payday, you're really gonna be cutting yourself. So don't be doing that, guys. I think that's what his point was there. All right, and then just on the YouTubes or anything else. Oh, Alan, honestly, man, I didn't even know you created content. I'm sorry about that. Can you watch my latest video on Twitter and give feedback on it? Hell yeah, we can. We can definitely do that. I know I'm following you. Okay, here it is. So Alan is saying so at BITTNERALLAN, Bittner Alan. Let's see here. Okay, his comment was over here. Latest video on Twitter and give feedback on it. Is it in regards to this video here? Well, that explains a lot. Maybe Peter should have asked that before this embarrassing interview. Let me get back to you. Let me definitely. Well, I'm not on a live stream. Let me check it out off air, and I'll get back to you for sure after I confirm which video. I'm guessing it's the one from 2 hours ago. Anyways, guys, yeah, Hexologist, he now starts in 6 minutes. So go support him. He's on right here, dlive.tv/hexologist. And you can subscribe. Dlive's cool because you can subscribe. If you want to support them even more, or you can donate lemons. It's just got a lot more features than traditional platforms do like YouTube. So that's pretty much all I have for today. Another person real quick that I want to shout out on Dlive, this was just her about section that I was looking at more of, is dlive.tv/mamarock. She's been a huge supporter in the not only in the HEX community but in the Dlive community, and yeah, she got a pretty cool story from the little bit that I've looked at. And anyways, guys, support the other people that aren't in the HEX community but are on Dlive, and just support the people in the other communities, because when you cross promote and you cross advertise, then you get the best of both worlds, and you can share your community with someone else's community, and maybe they'll find out about HEX and make some investments and whatnot. So she is one of them, and then the other person. Okay. And the other person, guys, is the Joker. And this is someone that we actually raided. This was my first raid that I participated on. Hexologist did a raid where you host someone on Dlive. After 200 viewers, you can start hosting. And so we hosted Joker, and we got him into HEX within a matter of like 45 minutes. I've got a video of that on my YouTube channel. So anyways, Joker, he's now a Hexican, and he definitely understands it, and it's cool. He definitely promotes it, and he's pretty big on the Dlive platform as well. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys here. The last thing I guess I'll say, promote yourself last, right? Let's see here. BallietBran. This is my Dlive channel, and you can follow me. 158 followers. So right now, 158 followers. Once I get to 200, I can actually do the hosting, which I would love to participate in, and I'm looking forward to that in the future. So if you guys like the content, feel free to hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you a thing. And yeah, I'm going to be posting more within 1 to 2 weeks. I'm going to develop a schedule that I'll actually be able to commit to, and whether it's 1 or 2 days a week, something like that to start out with, for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. Within 1 to 2 weeks, I'm gonna update everyone with a schedule, so you guys know when to tune in, as opposed to it being sporadic. So, anyways, guys, let's see. Last thing we have here is the. I still kept that his comment on there. Whoops. Last thing we have is the treasure chest. So. The way that it works, guys, is once I hit distribute awards. Okay. 1 second here. It usually allows you to distribute. 1 second. Let me refresh and see, because I want to be able to share some lemons with y'all. Just a second here. Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me do the lemons, guys. We might have to save this for another time. Let's okay, cool. Now we can do it. Let's just do, we'll do 150, something like that. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna hit this distribute button, and you guys, let's see, it should show up. Let's see here. So yeah, you're now distributing the awards. So for anyone that's participated in the chat, you'll have the opportunity in a 20-second window right now to click the little button, and we'll see who wins any HEX. Flying Alex, BallietBran, thank you very much, man. Thanks for participating. Everybody, Children of the Grave, you're always in here, man. Thank you very much. Let's see here. So, all right, Flying Alex, 65, Into the Fire, 38, Woody 10K. I didn't even see any of your comments, my bad, man. But next time we'll definitely address those. Good to see you. And then Unhexable, 22. So that's it, guys. I'm going to end this in just 1 minute. Once again, go to dlive.tv/hexologist, okay? So that's it, guys. Everyone, have a great time. I'll see you on the Hexologist show.